Ow my hand, ow my hand, ow my, ow my, ow my hand. Ow. Hello, my puppies. Hello, my puppies. You good girl. Howdy, folks. Sorry, I'm just catching up the computer. Ha! Oh, my hand is killing me. Right. We're going to do Linux from scratch today. We actually have access to a huge amount of RAM. So, 1024 times 48. That is 49152. So, 49152, 30 cores. Forward. Let's give this 50. Forward. With pain, I love this. Ow, ow, ow. Right. English without booting, without installing. Ow. Howdy, folks. Hope we're doing well today. I have done a painful oopsie, as you can see. I currently don't have use of 2/4 fingers, depending on how the pain is, because I didn't oops. I had a tower fall down and smack my hand at Jesus. It wasn't really a tower, it was more like a crank handle. Caught my hand at Jesus, and now it is very hurt. Hello, Inferno. I hope you're doing well. What am I doing? I'm after that one. God damn it. I'm after that one. Right. Where is it? Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's that one. Okay. I'm having to just dance through all of my things just to find the right find the right one. Right. Anyway, hello. How we doing? No. I destroyed my knuckles basically. You never know how much you need your primary hand until you lose the functionality of your primary hand. It hurts like a motherfucker. You can sit down, you. Yeah, you can sit down. It's okay. Yeah, you never know how much... yeah. Basically, I was winding down a tower. And the lock on the crank handle did not engage. The wind caught the tower. And my hand was in the way. So I had a very, 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 very fast crank handle smack my hand three times. That's the point where I currently can't use 2/3 of my fingers. Yeah, it hurts. However, I ain't dead. I don't think I broke anything. So we'll be fine. For now. Why is Ubuntu listening to my voice? What? Okay, that's weird. That's very weird. Terminal, so sudo -i brings us to here. Now what we want to do is we want to do this. Doop. And then we need to install a bunch of packages. No, it is not. It is still Ubuntu 20.04.3 LTS, which loses support later on this year. However, I'm still going to keep using it until it loses support. Also, my fingers are swollen like hell. Apps install. I could probably paste this in actually. M4 Gork Bison Flex auto make auto conf build ESSENTIL build essential text info g parted lib n curses 5 -dev lib n curses w5 -dev and libtool. So you're probably wondering why am I once again doing Linux from scratch? Well, I've had a RAM upgrade since then, since the last time I've done it. So I want to see if that has any effect, because I now have 64 gigabytes of Tux's greatest RAM. So I just want to have a little look-see. And I need to decide which version of Linux from scratch I'm going to use. Nice. 6.9. Nice. I have not used Pop since a couple of years ago now. Since it decided it didn't want to work. And what I mean by... Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, this could be interesting. I have not used Pop since last time I used it. I tried to take a screenshot of something, and the GNOME screenshot utility was not installed. Yet it had installed the icon and the information for it. It just never actually installed the software. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what? How do you not install? Ow. How do you not install the thing that you need the most? So yeah, I haven't used Pop since then. Right, so this has changed. So 4 cores, 8 gigs of RAM. Oh, that's, trust me, that's not an issue I have. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh no, it didn't install it. That's the thing. I wanted GNOME because I wanted the screenshot utility. It's just Pop! OS never actually installed it. Oh yeah, so dpkg reconfigure dash no. Good. Like that's the thing, it didn't install GNOME. It didn't install the screenshot utility. Yet the icon for it was there. It let you search for it. It just wasn't installed. That's why I haven't used Pop! OS in a long time, because I mean, no, it's just more of a I can't do it, but I can say it. Angry Italian hands is how I felt. Angry Italian hands. Right, okay, so howdy, Ahmed, how you doing? I've actually upgraded my system since I last done some Linux from scratch. So we're using the development version, which was released on the 2nd of April, and we're currently on the 5th of April. And more RAM since last time. And we're having to figure out how the hell to do this with a really damaged hand. This is going to be so fun. Right, so make file system -v -t ext4 dev / video. There we go. And then we're not going to make a swap disk at the minute. Okay, so this is new. LFS variable and the umask. The umask is new. Umask is new. So of course we want to do export LFS equals /mnt/LFS. Clear that. Now set the file mode creation to 022 in case the host. So this is different. That's not. This is actually part of the thing. This is not something I've seen before. So 022. Do not forget to I'll check that. And then what we want to do is do umask, which is 0022. Ow. Yeah, so fingers are swollen. It's a good thing I managed to get my rings off, because otherwise that would have been painful. Echo LFS. Okay, good, that's fine. Alright, so what we need to do is mount our new partition, create the mount point. So make directory hyphen PV LFS mount -v -t ext4 /dev /vda. Hang on. ls blk. So list blocks. As you can see, we just have VDA. So what we want to do is mount -v -t thank you ext4 /dev /vda. And there we go. Ow. I'm just going to try and copy paste that as best as we can. There we go. We're not using a swap partition, so we don't need to do /sbn/swap on. Packages and patches. So the usual make directory -v for verbosely, just so we can see it has actually worked. Sources chmod -v for verbose -v a plus wt makes it sticky, meaning only the owner of it can add to the directory. Well, only the owner can delete from it, but everyone can add to it. chmod -v a plus. Oh, I've already done that. Did I make? Yeah, I did. Yeah, so that means only the owner of the directory can remove from it. Everyone else can add to it. So what we need to do is we need to do copy this and then do cry and pain wget paste enter. Oh god damn, 1.72 gigabytes per second. That's not bad, actually. I also have a visitor today. And what I mean by visitor, I mean a guest style of. Never mind, she's asleep. My dog is asleep in the chair next to me. I was going to pick her up and show you, but she's now asleep and I don't want to disturb her. She's a good girl and I would much rather not disturb the pup. Yeah, she's happy. She's asleep. Ooh, owie. Owie, owie. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch. Back when I was working on my PL. Oh, yeah. Yes. There is no package manager. I am the package manager. Yes, basically becoming Walter White with the "there is no package manager. I am the package manager." Um, I yeah, my answer is going to be you. I don't really have a good package management tool I've used. Well, there's a few, like there's the Rhino package management. Um, but honestly, for doing that, it's just feeding into another system and just converting into another operating system, basically. So my advice would be do what feels right for you. That's my advice. What feels right for me right now is not my hands. My hands do not feel right now. So it is a good thing I'm actually ambidextrous. Like, yes, I have a preference for my right hand. However, I am ambidextrous. But it does mean using things like a computer becomes rather interesting. Oof. Right. So I'm gonna hope that that nothing has gone wrong with this. So what we need to do is just copy that link. Right, what's going on here? Hey, balls, it's Benji. I'm out of product. Hi, TJ. How you doing, mate? Oh God, what's happened? What's died? Other than my fingers. Secure boot is needed for things like Windows because Windows just goes no secure boot. Secure boot is there as a functionality of progression with time and computers being used in things like public settings such as schools, libraries, that sort of thing. Oh yes, that's true. You are. Secure boot is useful for like secure environments such as unsecure environments such as schools, libraries, workplaces, cafes, like things like that, where a computer can be accessed by the public. That is what secure boot is usually used for. Yes, that's basically what it is. Like all CPUs have some form of security on them, and that's just that. Secure boot is just meaning so nothing else other than basically Windows can access your. Basically means only Windows can access it. That's pretty much it. Gotta love it. Yes, I'm giving the angry Italian hands as best as I can. CD LFS sources. Right. So now I need to wget. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It won't. Right, now we run this. Paste this here. Good. Nothing is nothing is missing. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Oh, how I miss my right hand. Right, we can ignore all that. So, final prep. It just wants us to make the usual. Here's all of the directories you will need up until chapter 8, from which point you can then remove them from that point onwards. Because some bits of software require the ability to have those directories. Because yes. And of course the LFS user, so group. You know, it would help if I had actually clicked into the window. Group add LFS user add -s. Hang on, that'd be septuple. Because, yeah, it'd be septuple. Because that's 5. Not bad. Oh yeah, I had to. I had to remove my Windows my Windows disk today. Bin bash -g lfs mk/dev/ no lfs cry very violently because ow my fingies. I had to remove my Windows disk because it decided it wanted to cause me issues because Windows updated. And as a result, it prevented me from getting to Linux. It prevented me from getting to my bloody BIOS. And then my motherboard decided it wanted to throw some jeopardy into the mix. You're probably wondering, how did my motherboard throw jeopardy into the mix? Well, I had specifically told it to use the Linux disk, specifically the one that says Debian on it. Now, this Linux disk is one that was previously used by, not this Windows disk, not this Linux disk. My Windows disk was previously a Linux disk used by my father, and he didn't use Linux. He doesn't use Linux, so it was a. I use Windows on it. Small problem. It's still got the Ubuntu bootloader on it. So when I told it to stop using Windows and to use Debian, specifically Debian, as my boot operating system, it decided it wanted to load grub. For some reason, my motherboard decided it wanted to load grub. I specifically said it to not use that one. Why? Why? Why did it want to do that? So I have no idea what the hell my motherboard was doing. Cool, that's done. So if we do echo cry violently make flags. Cool, that's done. Realistically, no, it's just there as a extra security measure. Like I said, it's more designed for more designed for computers that are publicly facing. It's basically what it is. So don't worry. Ignore the tests. We're not going to be doing any of the test suites because, as is normal, we live on the edge of we just live on the edge. No bloody tests. We go in to the danger zone because it's fun. pwd cd lfs sources, cry aggressively because my hand goes owie. So tar-xv xvf bin utils yeah, okay, that's right. cd bin utils. Right, so make directory -v build cd into build. You don't need to put the v, it's just there as a verbose option so you can actually see it's being done. It's more of a, if you like having a look at things, that's what it does. If you don't, then you don't have to put the v. The v is just a, hey, I'm going to show you now. And that's pretty much it. Okay, yeah, that's using all the cores good. So I have set up the make flags correctly. So it's in the environment file, meaning... Ow. Ow. Oh, my fingers are swollen. So yeah, there we go. It took me 24 seconds. Now, as I'm not sure if you know this or not with Linux from scratch, but the first package you make is the benchmark for the standard build units. The standard build units is a guesstimation of how long something will take to build. So as we can see here, binutils is a one standard build unit bit of software. So the fact it took me 24 seconds means if I then had a bit of software that was 2 build units, it'd be 48 seconds, so on and so forth. It's just here is a rough estimation of how long things should take. Whether that's realistic or not is another matter. It's also recommended that once you're done with a directory, especially in the case of anything that says pass 1, you remove the directory, because if you don't, you're going to run into issues in the future when you then try to, again, install binutils for the 3rd time. So tar-xvf gcc xf-xvf gcc ow. Yeah, we're not doing any of the tests because, as not sure if you're aware or not, but we live on the edge and it's fun to do so. If you don't live on the edge, it's up to you. But we're going to live on the edge. Because this is a 64-bit host, you can tell that it's 64-bit by the way that it is. Not really. 64-bit host because it is x86_64. You can actually thank AMD for that. Because AMD actually came up with a 64-bit instruction set, and Intel's like, hey, can we license that off of you? There was actually a point in time where AMD actually made Intel CPUs. Back when AMD had their own fabrication labs, or their own fabrication facilities, AMD actually made Intel CPUs before they made their own CPUs, which I find rather funny. Ah, yes, time. It'd help if I remember to type make. So yes, there was a point in time where AMD was Intel. AMD learned over time and said, we can make them ourselves. We'll learn from Intel, and they did. So AMD went into business. Well, AMD expanded into the market of making their own CPUs. Because for a while there, of course, it was AMD, it was Broadcom, IBM, Intel, and AT&T. They made CPUs, and then market thinned out. AMD were making CPUs for Intel. AMD said, we're going to go into the PC market. From what we've learned from Intel, relationship soured and then grew strong again and soured, and so on and so forth, and the rest is history. But it is widely regarded that AMD created the first CPU that went past 1 gigahertz. Funnily enough, there was also one point in time where scientists were of the opinion that CPUs would be at 100 gigahertz clock speed. What? Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So yeah, that's never going to happen. Well, traditional CPUs will never be able to reach 100 gigahertz. We struggle to reach 9 with LN2. So, reaching 100 gigahertz, unless it's a quantum computer, ain't gonna happen. I just find that while I was like, yes, that's the tech they haven't released to us yet. Yes. Bearing in mind, this was back in like the 90s when when Moore's law was still in effect, and we hadn't reached the end of practicality when it came to Moore's law. because it was Moore's law is basically every 18 months it was the doubling in the transistors and reduction in size of like CPUs. So for existence, or for example, when we jumped from not when AMD jumped from 11 nanometers down to 9 nanometers, and so on and so forth. Unless you're Intel, which you then can't tell the difference between in the gap between your transistors on a CPU. Yes, this is a 8 nanometer transistor CPU. Oh, by the way, that one's 7, that one's 13, and that one's 2. We can't tell. Yeah, that's why Intel don't have struggled for a while. I think it still are struggling. Whereas AMD is now down to I think they're down to 4 nanometers, and that's because their CPUs are made by TSMC, and of course TSMC have the equipment to go down that low, and we're getting to the point of sub 4 nanometers, which is really bloody tiny. Because if you think about it, atomic install, like we're talking about so bloody low that we're having to make new technology just as fast as we're making the CPUs to be able to go even lower. Because the current accepted standard for making CPUs with a transistor distance of 7 nanometers or less is with EUV lithography. Now, China doesn't have access to said EUV lithography due to TSMC and companies going, no, we will not let you have EUV lithography. And then it's just China says, screw it, we'll do it ourselves. So if China has EUV lithography, they've either stolen it or made it themselves. But that's the only way we've gotten past 7 nanometers down. It's because of EUV lithography. Yeah, try saying that one 3 times fast. EUV lithography, EUV lithography, EUV lithography. Yeah, I sound drunk. Yeah, I sound drunk when saying that. That's rather funny. We want to leave the directory, remove the directory. We want the API headers, so -xvf Linux. Cry aggressively over my fingers because I cannot get those two any higher than that or any lower than that. So it's just I am become claw. I am become claw machine. That's funny. CD. Oh, I'm glad it does that. Let's see, back into Linux. I've just realized it had done that. So we want to do make Mr. Proper. Basically what that does is it clears out the anything that's been made. There will be nothing made here, obviously, but it's just force a habit to do it. It just clears out anything that had already been made. I mean, is that really much of a surprise? So now that we've done that, we can do leave the directory, remove the directory, cry very aggressively. Ow, ow, ow. Ha. Ooh, so tar-xvf glibc. There's a patch file for that one. So it's a good thing that we hit tab. So cd glibc. Glibc. So it wants a symbolic link for basically compliance with standards and the such. So we'll give it what it wants. There's a patch file here. File hierarchy system compliance. Oh yeah, of course. Make directory, build, cd, build. Ensure that this is available. Well, ensure this gets installed in the correct location, because if it doesn't, then cry aggressively. There is one thing I'm looking forward to the next day. It's the Japanese Grand Prix, which looks like it's going to be pretty spectacular. It's through time, mate. Oh well. Ha. Ow. Yeah, I reckon the Japanese F1 Grand Prix is going to be pretty bloody good, considering you've got 3 people in the top 3 that are fighting for the championship, and we're only the 3rd race into the season. So it's going to be pretty damn cool if that happens. One of the drivers happens, the guy that's starting 2nd, or guy that's starting 3rd even, happens to be in the position where if he wins tomorrow's race, he will be one of the 3 drivers to win a race on their birthday, and also he'll also take over the lead of the championship, which would be pretty damn cool. One of 3 drivers in the 75 years of F1 history to have won on their birthday, which is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. So why is it when I click double? We love it when things don't work. Ooh, this is new. What have I just done? Okay, so that's Megan. So I'm going to point out some things that are new. That isn't new. This is new. And this is new as well. So we're going to have some interesting things to learn from. Ow, ow, ow. So now that we've done that, now that cross tool chain is in place, basically make sure this is going to be working, because if it's not, then cry. That is working. Request and program interpreter lib64 ld linux x8664.sharedobject.2, which is what we want. We need the correct start files, which we have, as we can see here, srt1, crti, and crtn, which is good, and verify the compiler is searching for the correct header files, which we will do with this. As we can see, everything's there, and the new link, basically just check. Yep. Ow. Ow. Make sure we're using the correct library C. Attempted to open, succeeded, which is good. And then correct linker, which it is, fantastic. Basically, now that we've done that, away with ye. Cool, so leave the directory twice, remove the directory, rfg libc, tar-xvfgcc. This is why it's important to remove the directories once you're done using them, because we've already done gcc. However, we need it again. Actually, I'm not sure if we've already done gcc. Ow, my fingers. No, yeah, we've already done GCC. However, what we need is libstandard C++ from GCC. And the only way to get that is to, once again, re-extract GCC, cd into GCC, and then build it again, but give it some specific instructions. Ow. So as we can see here, we need to prepare libstandard C++ for compilation, which we're doing with that one. Oh. Because of how damaged my fingers are, I can't sort my hair out. Now that we've done that, we can just do time make sure that we do that, just so we can see. I'm gonna have a quick sip of coffee. Oh, did that disturb you? I'm sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Dog's looking, Poppet's looking at me as if to say, "You disturb my sleep. How dare you?" You disturb my sleep. I'm going to say that is the end of you. Sorry, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm sorry, Poppets. So, leave the directory, remove the directory. Right. Now that we've done that, we need the temporary tools. So, all of these, bearing in mind, when we get to class 2 of GCC, we would have actually extracted it 3 times. So this is why it is important to remove everything. It's nice having you come along, my friend. You stay safe and have a wonderful rest of your day, sir. I am trying so hard to salute you. Hang on. There we go. Oh, this is going to be painful. Everything's fine. So, onto M4. So, tar-xvf M4, cd M4. It wants them. I'm just going to do time make. Owie, owie. Oof, I cannot wait for the swelling to go. Time make. Cannot wait for the swelling to go down. Oh wow, it's taken us 3 seconds. God damn, that's not bad. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, which is ncurses. cd into ncurses. Hang on, mantar. I wonder, is there an option to actually, where is it? Right, delete, append, list, test label, extract, yeah, extract, usage, no, version, no. I wonder, is there actually a seek, no check, no seek, occurrence, restrict, spare version, sparse, overwrite control, keep all, keep newer, keep directory, no overwrite. I wonder, because I want to see if there is a way of getting into the directory with tar once we've done it. Handling of file attributes, so no, group map. Mode changes, mtime, touch, do not extract file, modify time, no. Owner, no. Owner map, no. Preserve, same owner, same order, sort, no. ACL, no. Where is device selection file? No, we don't. XVF, no. No. Force local. Info, no, I don't want that. Tape links, no. Multi-volume, no. Device blocking, no. Ow. Archive from format selection, no. Where is it? I just want to know. XV. Compression output, no. Where is Surely there's got to be a function of that, right? Surely there has to be a function for it. Deference starting file, no. No verbatim files from, null, no. Absolute and recursion. So is it just recursion? Tell you, let's find out. So star hyphen xvf hyphen recursion m4. Oh, I need end cursors. Oh, we'll try next time. So, did I remove? Yeah, I did. CD and cursors. So I wonder if there's actually a way to get into it. Ow. Basically makes that's basically just making a bit of software exactly as needed for this. What? No such file. Hang on. That was weird. That was weird. Don't know why I did that one for. Oh well. Sorry, puppets. You go back to sleep, sweetheart. Okay? You go back to sleep, dear. Yeah, you go back to sleep, puppets. Sorry, sweetheart. Ow, ow. Owie, 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 owie. Right. Now that we've done that, we can leave the directory, remove the directory, and then try -xvf bash hyphen recursion. Oh, it doesn't. That's annoying. Ow. Right, this will be our shell, obviously, because bash is a shell. This will be the default shell that we're using. Right, sorry about that. I just need to try and flex my hand as best as I can. Right, so time Mike. And then do that, which is then installs a package, and then we can then make it so make a link so that sh means bash. Leave the directory, remove the directory, rf bash, and then tar -xvf core utils. This one has a patch. So we need to make sure we actually go into the directory correctly, because if we don't, there will be issues. This is just the standard. Don't worry about it. Did I do everything I needed to do? Yes, I did. Cool. So hello, core utils. Give it the usual of enable install program hostname. This enables the hostname binary to be built. It is disabled by default, but is required by the Perl test suite. However, we don't care. We don't care about test suites. Where we're going, we don't need any test suites. where we're going. We don't need test suites. Right, so time make. Ooh, owie. Owie, owie, owie. Owie, owie, owie. Install the software. And then move the programs to the final expected location. Although this is not necessary, we've got to do it because some bits of software go, there's nothing there. I can't run. Wow. Basically. That's basically, yeah, anything that needs to be hard-coded needs to be done because some bits of software will inevitably go, I don't know how to work because this bit of software that I'm expecting is not there, so I'm not even going to run. Which gets... What? You know, it would help if I actually install the software. It would help massively if I installed the software. Because things are going, I don't know how to work because you haven't installed me. Yep. Help if I wasn't so silly sometimes. rm-rf, call utils, tar-xvf, diff utils, cd diff utils, owie owie. Diff utils is basically just exists to show you the difference between things. So remember, folks, when you use Linux, don't panic. That's my job. Ow. Right, now that we have done that, you would do that. Okay, cool. Leave the directory, remove the directory, diff utils, tar-xvf file, hyphen not equals hyphen xvf file, owie, cd, excuse me, what, cd into the file directory. Basically, utility for that, yeah, basically just make sure files actually do the file thing correctly. Ow. Right, so basically, make sure file works. Hello, TSEP. Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome along. Ow. Glory to the heroes of the people. Glory to the Linux from Sigmas. I'm actually doing Linux from scratch development version of System D, which was released 3 days ago. As you noticed, there's currently neon plasters on my fingers. It's because I had my hand ripped apart by a crank handle. That hurts like hell, so we're currently just dealing with it. Ow. It's also 48 gigs of RAM as well. Yeah, this OS has 48 gigs of RAM to it now. So it's going to be interesting. Well, host PC has 64. The virtual machine has 48 out of those 64. So that's what we're doing. I did just do that, didn't I? Yeah. So Leave the directory, remove the directory. So, I can't even do angry Italian hands right now. It's also just seeing what's the difference between things. So tar-xvf. Find utils, cd, find utils. I actually need to do that because that's better. Paste that in, do that. Yes, this, I am basically just claw right now. This, I am claw. This is fun. So yeah, we're just making sure everything's working. Well, doing the dev version because it actually looks like there's less software in this one. Because there's only 89 packages installed. Well, there's only 89 packages downloaded, and I think it was like 92 last time I used it. Last time we did it. So I could be wrong. I could be right. We'll find out. So leave the directory, remove the directory, and then we move on to Gawk. We'll have a Gawk around Gawk, shall we? I just try to type out Gawk. tar-xvf. Gawk. We'll have a Gawk at Gawk, shall we? cd Gawk. Basically, tell anything. No, I do not want you. Get out. Get out of here now. Yes, I also currently can't sort out my hair because, you know, I need two hands to do that, and I've only got one. Whilst I am ambidextrous, it's just not having a right hand makes life hard. Time make. That took 4 seconds, goddamn. So leave the directory, remove the directory. On to the next one. So in this case, it is just grep, which is find it now. Directory software. Seize the software. Paste it in, and then not my. I'll do help if I could type. There we go. So yes, I'm having to use not normal fingers. Oh yeah, it absolutely is possible. Like, this is me just messing around with it, but yeah, you could absolutely do it. You could do it on anything that has a CPU, basically. I could probably do that. I could probably do it on that Raspberry Pi. But will I? No. No, I absolutely will not do it on the Raspberry Pi. That's for goddamn sure. Because that would take an age. I'm not doing it on the Raspberry Pi. Leave the directory, remove the directory, tar-xvf, xvf, gzip, cd gzip. So paste that in. Have a look at the pop, who is asleep next to me. Yeah, it's absolutely like you could do it on practically anything that has a CPU and the ability to have software installed to it. Ideally, you want to do it with Linux first. Well, you need a base. Typically with Linux to install it and run it. However, if it has a CPU and it's got Linux on it, or is able to take a live environment like this is, go forth. Go forth and make hell. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from doing exactly what you want. So leave the directory, remove the directory, and then tar-xvf make cd make not make all. Yes, we need make to make with make. We need to make the make directory using make. I just love that. It's like, ah, yes, we need make to make with make. So we want to leave the directory, remove the directory, out, and then on to the next one. So -xvf patch. Owie, my hand. Cd patch. Oh, that's painful. And then time make. Wait for this to finish. Ow. So yes, we're currently looking at a one standard build unit of 24 seconds, which is pretty damn good if I do say so myself. Thank you. Ow. So leave the directory, remove the directory. The next one, tar-xvf sed cd sed. Ow. I also made a video on it, actually. Tell you what, whilst that does that, oh no, it's alright, actually. I might have to do a new one. How about if I could type my own bloody channel name, wouldn't it? Ow. Reject your cookies, I don't care. I do not care about your cookies. And we want Arch. Yeah, there we go. Arch install. Installing Arch made easy. Of course, I used the Arch Linux OS 10. But yes, it is possible. Okay, so let me want to do time make. Ooh, you also never have to apologize. It's one of those of, hey, you don't know it, but it's all right. Have a look. You never have to apologize for it. Ow. Did we? No. Yeah, it's not actually that hard, really. That's what she said. It's not actually that hard. That's also what she said. RM -rf said tar-xvf tar. Yes, we need to tar the tar directory using tar. But yeah, you never have to apologize. And you know what? Yeah, it's not like, I know it's made out to be this really difficult thing of, oh, you have to know the intricacies of your CPU and you have to be able to see the distance between the resistant distance between the transistors on your CPU, otherwise you can't install Arch Linux. Man, it's not that hard. You can literally get it installed in 15 minutes. It's not that hard. Like, I know it's made out to be, but it's really not. It's really not that. It's really not that hard. Again, that's what she said. I'm also trying not to wake up the dog because the pup is asleep next to me and I really don't want to wake her up. So now I've done that. RM-rf tar cd or tar-xvf xz cd Max said, "Oh, I caught my finger at the wrong position." Oh, I caught my finger at the wrong position. Yep, we're getting towards the end of chapter 6 because the second pass softwares are appearing. What is nano? Nano. It's alright, mate. You know, it's one of those of it appears hard, but I'll try it. And that's the thing. Everyone has that first step. It's one of those. It's one of these. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's a good one. That's a good way of approaching things. Just because it appears hard doesn't actually mean it is hard. Well, I'm not making things any better, am I? RM-RF, Z, R-XVF, and bin utils, CD bin utils. Ow. Yeah, honestly, you're doing pretty good to decide, you know what, we're going to try it. I mean, soon, hopefully, providing I don't bugger it up, I am actually going to be a licensed radio amateur. Because I have got my radio license test coming up. Because I'm going to be going back to Australia soon. I've got my visa, so that's good. Because I'm going to be going back to Australia soon. My father has asked me if I can take my radio test. Or take my radio license test because his first call sign on the UK Foundation license, the licensing authority in this country, Ofcom, have turned around and said you're not allowed to have more than one call sign. So by the end of 2025, anyone that has more than one call sign, aka the 3 license stages, will have their old call signs removed. So my father's asked me if I can take my radio license test to carry on his call sign. And it's one of those, you don't know until you try. So you spend some time looking at it, learning how to use it. And once you know how to use it and how to do it, good on you. But it's one of those, you've got to take the first step. And if you don't take the step, you're not going to be any the wiser, and you're not going to know. It's worth taking that first step. So good on you. tar hyphen, no, we need to RM-RF, bin utils, tar-XVF GCC. So this time next week, hopefully I would have passed my UK amateur radio license. Because when I go back to Australia, I might actually also go for my Australian license as well. Just because it's one of those, it looks nice on a CV, and if you can prove to employers and the such that, yes, I quite willingly take certifications because I can, then employers are likely to go, we like you. It's basically, so it helps with employers. It also helps with just, it's a nice addition of, I can talk to the International Space Station. I can bounce signals off. Oh my god, yeah, sorry, there's some wild stuff that you can do. 108 reverted vids. Be fine. Yeah. It's just, hello, I might have to do that. I might have to do one day. Just an Australia special. Upside down. Oh, I might have to do that one time. That would be funny. That would be funny. I might have to try that. Hmm. Oh no, it's all right actually. See, that's the thing. I knew what you were trying to say, and that's the important thing. Like the human brain is pretty damn good with that sort of thing. Like I knew what you were trying to say, and you got your point across. So you did good. What I do know in Ukrainian is kit is cat, which I love. Um, I'm probably going to end up butchering this, but tatu itam. Mother and father, mother, father, mum, dad. Titka is aunt, if memory serves me correct. And I'm just trying to remember more, but like, see, it's one of those things of I understood what you're trying to say, and you can understand what I'm trying to say, and that's the important thing. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, nothing in this world is perfect, but being able to see the difference or understand the difference is good. So, well done. English is a hard language. Don't worry. For example, there, and there, or wood and wood, or bomb, tomb, womb, doom. Bomb, tomb, and womb, they have the same three ending letters, but the first one is different. Tomb, womb, and what did I say? Tomb and womb, yeah. Tomb and womb. Same ending three letters, but mean entirely different things. Because if you look at tomb, womb, and comb. In English, comb is spelled as COMB. But it is not spelt. It is not pronounced how it is spelt. Such as tomb, TOMB, is not spelt. It's not pronounced as womb would be, which is WOMB. And hello, Model PS3. How you doing? I am Claw Machine right now. I am Claw Machine. This is why there wasn't a video. Because I was cranking down a tower that had aerials on top of it. I went to go reach for it to wind it back up again because it was only partway down. So I went to reach for the handle to wind it back up again. Well, the wind caught it, moved, jumped the lock, and then just smacked my hand repeatedly. I didn't know so much blood could come out of knuckles. I had no idea that was possible to have so much blood come out of knuckles. So at the minute, I'm just Claw Machine. I am Claw Machine. Good. Actually, I'm doing the release version of the System D, so yeah, I reckon it's gonna be interesting. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, did I wake you up? Did I, Poppets? Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I have committed a ghastly crime. I accidentally woke up the dog. I accidentally woke up the dog. I must be punished for my sins. So leave the directory and again. Remove the directory, rfgcc. And look at that. We are now entering the chroot and building the temporary file tool chain. Additional temporary tools. Oh, fun. Ah, yes, because I've now noticed that it's actually I've actually made parts of this. Uh, yeah, there's now a multi-libit and a gaming Linux from scratch, which I might actually have to look into. The last missing bits of the system. The tool needs to be built. Needs to build various packages, circular dependencies, proper operation. Until 7.4, this must be run as root, which means we need to type exit exit. Echo owie echo LFS, which we currently have, which is good. We know for a fact that our LFS direct LFS alias is working, which is good, because if it's not, then try aggressively. Hopefully I don't butcher this today, because the hope is, and bearing in mind if you've been here near the end of one of these, you will know that I have fun with networking. We know I have fun with networking. Soon, TM. Also, hello, TJ. It might be tonight, because currently I am claw machine. I am very claw machine, and it hurts. Huzzah! Good. We're in the chroot directory. Or we have now chrooted ourselves. You can tell that because I have no name. Blah. Don't worry about it. Oop. Grab that. Basically just make a load of stuff, do the things, don't worry about it. Create that. This is going to want a local, this is going to want a host name, because some bits go, don't know how to work, I don't have a host name. Perl being one of them. And then, of course, group file. Ow, 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 ow. Some tests want a regular user. We, as we've already established, we are not doing the tests, because it's fine, we live on the edge. Be alright. If it doesn't work, then we'll just delete and do it again in the future. Yes, the WTMP, the BTMP, and last log files use 32-bit integers for timestamps, and they'll be fundamentally broken after the year 2038. Many packages have stopped using them, and other packages are going to stop using them. It is probably best to consider them deprecated. Yes, because we thought using 32 bits for clocks was a good idea. We thought that was a good idea. Who knew that using a 32-bit system for a clock was going to be a bad idea? Oh no, who thought we'd ever run into that issue? Clearly no one. tar-xvf get text. Ow. And then we do a time make. Cry aggressively. My finger's hurting. Coffee's good. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I have a sleepy dog. My sleepy dog is upset with me because I accidentally woke her up. We don't want to do that. She currently has her own chair. This chair is good. Yes, I accidentally woke the dog up and I feel bad. Sorry, Poppets. You need to go on you. You can go back to sleep now, darling. OBS. Who thought that? Who thought it was a good idea to use a 32-bit integer for clocks? I mean, to be fair, we thought Y2K was going to be a bigger issue than it was. It's like, yeah, there was like 1 or 2 train stations that said, "Ah, yes, it is the year 19100." It's like, ah, yes, planes will fall from the sky, nukes will be launched, and everything, just because December the 31st, 1999 rolls over to the 1st of the 1st, 2000. Apparently that means nukes were going to get launched. Ah! Like, no. No. If that really were a problem, then... If that really did happen, then there was a much bigger problem than them getting launched. It was a, oh no, we let that happen. We let that bit of software happen. Oh, my finger. Yeah, my fingers are killing me. Oh, they're swollen. It's like I've got pillows for fingers. I don't like it. God damn, that took a while. Time make. We did. Yep, we did that. Now, do that. Now we can do. Leave the directory. Remove the directory. And then tar -xvf. Bison. CD bison. If a bisexual person is not in a relationship, does that mean they're on standby? Enjoy that thought. Right. Ooh, got my fingers. They hurt. Ow. No, done time make. We need to do make install. And then once you leave the directory, remove the directory, rm-if bishon -xvf perl cd into the perl directory. Ouch. Ow. Oh, this is new. These settings define where Perl looks for installed modules. The LFS editor chose to put them in a directory based on the major minor version of Perl, which allows upgrading Perl to newer patch levels without reinstalling all the modules, which is good. Okay, that's new. Then let's do time make, not my kai. Ow, 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 my fingies. Come on. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to actually lose function in my fingers, which is just a bit annoying. Time make install. Now that we've done that, we want to leave the directory and remove the directory. The next one, -xvf python. It is important you type capital P because there is actually a lowercase p directory. So pay attention. Cd python Without ensuring pip, this disables the need. This basically means the Python package installer is not installed. Oof. Ow, I hurt. Ah, my eyes. No, go away. And so now we just do time make, because we've got it set up so it automatically runs with the. What would be the bad side there, TSEP? Well, in your opinion, what would be the bad side? Let's do time make install. So leave the directory, remove the directory. That's not a bad thing. That's just means you're a bit more sophisticated than they are. I mean, oh no, did I say that out loud? tar-x xvf text info cd text info. Yeah, well, here's the thing. People don't like change. And they like to shit on things they have no idea about. So, good on you for standing strong by what you feel. You don't have to say, you trust me, you don't have to remove that message. It doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me that you say that. Oh, that hurt. Because you're right, there is definitely some toxicity in the Linux community. You're not wrong. A lot of it's from the Arch crowd. There's also a good chunk of it from the Ubuntu community as well. See, that's just. You don't have to worry about it. See, that's the thing. Unless you're saying something overtly racist, well, unless you're saying something racist, say whatever you want. I don't care. Say what really matters to you. Because if it matters enough for you to think about it and say it, then it should matter. That's my opinion. If it matters enough for you to say it and type it out and hit enter, don't take it back. Say what you mean. Say what you want and say what you mean. Because if it matters to you, then it matters. Some people may disagree with that fact. I don't. RM-RF. Thanks. Because if it matters to you, then it matters. And that's the important thing. tar-xvm util Linux. cd into util Linux. Cry aggressively over my fingers killing me. Ow. Ow. Okay, there we go. This wants to use that one, so we'll give it that. Feed all the compilation instructions. I use Arch, by the way. You see, yeah, exactly. I mean, to be fair, learning more, choosing to willingly learn more, is a good thing. Because if people who turn around and say, I don't want to learn anymore, I know everything, they just come to a standstill because they don't know everything. That's the thing. Technology, just life is moving at such a pace that when someone says, I don't want to learn anymore, or I know everything, they don't. Things move so fast that turning around and saying that they already know everything. It's just wrong because we are on a constant march forward, and there is always something to learn. So good on you for keeping going. You know, that's just my opinion, though. Oh, my fingers. So rm hyphen rf util linux. Now remove the currently installed documentation because we don't want them just yet. Remove all that. Ow. And then delete that because we don't need it. If we wanted to back it up now, we could do. But we're not going to because you know what? We live on the edge. We live on the edge. There is so many bits of software. Yes, there are now 81 bits of software. There are 81 bits of software. Oh, but my hand has now reached a point where I'm not actually able to do much more because of A, how swollen it is, and B, the pain it's causing me is getting rather. It's reaching a point of So we are probably going to call it there. Yeah, we are going to call it there. I am going to just save this operating system. Just so you guys can see that it is saved. It's just my hand is getting incredibly painful. And it is starting to hurt quite a lot. I just noticed that is way out of date. Save. Yeah, save that. Right. We are indeed going to call it here because my hand's getting to a point of how. Yeah. Keep hands away from fast moving parts. It hurts. Very much so. So, if you're not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. If you like the stream, hit the like button. If you dislike, hit the dislike. They both seem to work, even though you can only see one of them. If you feel ever so inclined, maybe consider helping support my caffeine addiction by just a cup of coffee. Or just leaving a like and a comment. Share it around. Ingrain ChatGPT with my name. Believe me, my name appears in ChatGPT and I have no idea why. Remember, folks, the technology is continually marching on, so keep at it. Remember, when you use Linux, do not panic. That's my job. That's why I have the name. I have been Nick. You have been amazing. Keep on grooving, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.